out and welcome to this episode of the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be stressful, lonely or boring. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. I'm a best-selling author, expert speaker, corporate workshop facilitator and life coach. I'm here to support you with your alcohol-free or drink less adventures. Follow me on Instagram at Drink Less, Live Better. Find resources on my website, drinklesslivebetter.com, and buy my book, Drink Less, Live Better. It's available in all the places you might buy a book. I hope you enjoy this podcast episode. Let's get straight to it. Following old directions won't lead you to new places. The world is constantly changing. The career advice your parents got 40 years ago, the relationship norms from your first boyfriend or girlfriend, the business strategies from your university textbooks. They are all maps to places that might not exist anymore. You're no fun if you don't drink. I don't trust people who don't drink. You must have a problem if you don't drink. But surely you can have just one. I don't have an issue with alcohol because I only drink at weekends. All directions to old locations. For me, the old locations were waking up at 3 a.m. in a cold and yet clammy sweat, calling the pub from the night before to see if I'd left my phone there, lying on the sofa wishing someone would bring me a can of full-fat Coke and a fried egg sandwich, getting up, feeling low, discombobulated and anxious. My new directions involve a positive and powerful choice made to no longer drink, to choose to not feel anxious, to choose opportunities to socialise and connect that don't revolve around alcohol, to recognise that I am worth choosing a different lifestyle to others, that I don't have a problem because I choose not to drink. My new directions take me to no early morning low-level anxiety, no brain fog, connections with like-minded, fun and funny people, adventures I wouldn't have thought about a few years ago. Yesterday, I was invited to a reception at the House of Commons. Not a sentence I'm going to get to say very often in my life, so maybe I'll just say it again. Yesterday, I was invited to a reception at the House of Commons for a recovery event, which was joyful and insightful. And in the afternoon, I hung out in London with someone I'd never met before, and we worked together and chatted endlessly about online business, safety in groups of people, dogs, autumn sunlight, creativity and colour. It was good. Today, my new directions lead me to new places, and I am so glad to no longer be following my old directions or map. A thought though. Old directions aren't inherently bad. Perhaps they're like vintage versions we used to use. Beautiful, full of history, and sometimes still vaguely useful. But they shouldn't be your only navigation tool. Innovation doesn't come from following well-worn paths. It comes from daring to step off them. We can make a new map, or perhaps add in a bit of modern GPS. Here are 3 quick things to consider. First, question your defaults. Just because something worked before doesn't mean it's the best solution now. Second, embrace the discomfort. New territories feel strange. That's how you know you're actually exploring. And third, keep your eyes open for alternative routes. Sometimes the best opportunities aren't on any map at all. Are you following your old drinking or thinking habits? What might happen if you tried a different path? Do you need an expedition leader, or are you okay navigating by yourself? Pick up everything you need. Perhaps it is a compass, Or perhaps it's this podcast, a book like Drink Less, Live Better, or a few one-to-one coaching sessions with a friendly expedition leader. You can pop me an email, sarah@drinklesslivebetter. No one else has access to my email inbox. I don't have a VA. I reply to every message myself. I'll see you there. Thank you for listening in today. Come back again next week. Please subscribe, rate and review the podcast if you love it, and don't bother if you didn't love it. Check out the show notes for a link to a hidden podcast episode that will help you with your 5 p.m. cravings and details about my one-to-one life coaching and sober coaching programs. And P.S. I believe in you.